Okay, so let me tell y'all some more of my business because I just want to get it off of my chest. So, years and years ago, I went to a church and I was minding my own business. Had been going for a while, cool with some people, love the people cool. And this lady introduced me to her cousin. Well, they invited me to a dinner. I went, minding my business, leave, and after the dinner, their family dinner, she called me and said that her cousin was interested in me. Now, y'all, when the lady called and told me that the cousin was interested in dating me or getting to know me better, she said, hey, he well off, he got a little money. Okay, he was a little older. He was older. So, remember I said I was cool with the people in the church. They were his family, but I had never met this man. All right, so the man and I get cool. Like, we kicking and rocking, everybody cool. But he's like, do not tell my family. So I'm like, all right, bet, I won't tell your family. So everything's cool. I mean, we cool. His kids are older and their mother had passed, and they were like opening up to me about it, and I was there for them. They were just cool young people. And so months and months go by and we are cool, right? So the family found out when his car broke down. I loaned him my truck. I had a Range Rover, so you know he driving, that's my truck. So I mean, none of his family members offered him anything, and that's what he was saying. Like, my car broke down, you didn't hesitate. Boom, here go the keys. Do what you got to do. So he pulled up at some kind of cookout they having in my truck, and they, the cover is blown. But at that point, he didn't even care because he was like, they always say they're gonna be there for us, and they don't ever be there for us. Whatever. That's what he was telling me. I don't know the details. So if the family's watching, I'm just telling my version of the story. You were there. You know this is how it went down. So he driving my truck. Now the next couple of Sundays, I show up to church with a new bag. I mean, it's a big, noticeable designer, very expensive bag, and everybody like, oh, he done bought her this bag. And he was like, he called, he was like, man, you wore that bag to church because my family going crazy. So that's how the drama got started over the bag. All right, so at this point, his family members not talking to me. I ain't talking to them, whatever. We ain't cool. Months go by, and he and I end up taking a trip. But we didn't tell nobody. He was like, do not tell nobody. But at this point, I'm like, bruh, you're not going to be hiding me. Like, what are we doing? So I'm like, you too old for this. Like, what is this? If it's going somewhere, let me know. If it's not, let me know. But hiding from your folks, why would I do that? So we on the trip, on the island, kicking it. And I post on the internet where I was. Well, I just post that I was on the island. He don't have social media, but they know where he is because that's his family. Man, we couldn't even get back stateside without the drama unfolding. So the drama begins to unfold, and everybody know that we are out of town, kicking it, having a good time, and they are pissed. The cousin that introduced me to the man is the ringleader of being pissed. So she is just telling everybody, I ain't nothing. I ain't saved. I'm going to hell. All that. So remember I told you I was cool with the young people at the church, which were his family members, and we were very, very close. These two young ladies are absolutely amazing. They're grown women now. They are phenomenal young women. But they were mad because I was having a relationship with their uncle and didn't tell them. Well, of course, number one, he asked me not to say nothing, but we were so close. They were like, you could have told us. I personally did not understand what the big deal was. I still don't. But I could see, if we were that close, why I would hide it from them. I can understand their point of view also. So we get back stateside, and one night at the church, we're having some kind of dinner. And I was against my better judgment on the kitchen staff for the night. And growing up, I remember my mother always said, all the mess go down in the kitchen. The kitchen staff be messy than a mug. But I'm on the kitchen staff, and they seem cool. The kitchen staff was cool. Well, as we're serving, I hear the two young ladies, getting a little sassy. Like, she thinks she this, she thinks she that. And me being me, I put down whatever I have and I walk up to the table and I'm like, is this something y'all need to say to me? I mean, we in front of the whole church and Lord have mercy, I'm so ashamed. We at church of all places. So I walks up to the table, everybody get quiet. I'm like, okay. But I'm pissed at this point because I'm like, I hear you talking about me. That's messed up. Like, I was your big sister, And at the church, y'all, we got to do this in front of this whole church. So I gather my stuff and I go outside. Now, on my way out the door, this older lady stops me and starts talking about something totally unrelated. But she's talking so long that the two girls come out the church. I mean, they out there going ham. They like, yeah, we'll whoop you. We'll whoop you. Whoop who? We finna fight? Like, I'm like, oh my God, we are about to fight. And I wanted to cuss. Like, but the curse words would not come out, y'all, I swear to God. Jesus himself had to insert himself into my body because the only words I could get out of my mouth for her is y'all need to repent, y'all need to repent, y'all need to repent. That's all I keep saying. I'm like, who is this person talking about repent? Girl, cuss. I couldn't cuss. We didn't fight, obviously. That wasn't going to happen. But, for a while, one of the girls was like, yeah, I was going to get you that day. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I mean, but me being, I don't know. I don't want to predict any violence. I'm totally nonviolent, but I couldn't get my cuss words out. Like, oh my God. So y'all come back for part 2 on how we eventually broke up. I'll tell y'all. All right, let me try to finish this for y'all. I know it's long, but it's a long story. This happened over the span of some months. Okay, so let me back up. The reason why he had my truck was because we had gone to the beach. And we were probably like 4 or 5 carloads deep. So my cousin and his family was in a car. The man and his kids were in a car. I was in a car with my kids. And my parents were in the car with my brother. So that's 4 cars. Well, his car that he was driving, it was his daughter's car. It broke down on the side of the road. And this was a holiday weekend. I think it was Labor Day. So it broke down on the side of the road. He called the tow truck and I'm like, well, all y'all can't ride in the tow truck. Just take my car and I'll get in the car. My folks go home. Because we're hundreds of miles away from home. So I'll get home, get another vehicle. It's a holiday weekend. Y'all take care of that. Just get the truck back to me. I was fine. We had vehicles. That wasn't an issue. And it wasn't like he asked me to give him my vehicle. It was more so we're in an emergency situation. We just had to evacuate Florida because it was a hurricane coming. So I'm like, just take my car. It's a lot going on. I'm just ready to go home. All right. So he gets back. He's in my truck. It's Labor Day weekend. His family has a cookout on Labor Day. So all of this happened. It ain't like he had the truck for a very long time. All right. So another thing y'all was saying in the comments was, why did he need your truck if he was well off? They said he was well off. I guess that was a convincing point for them to convince me. I never asked this man for nothing or to find out about his finances in any type of way. Was he generous? Yes. Was he kind? Absolutely. Did he have a little money? Sure. But that was something that the cousin sold. I guess she used it as a selling point. Anywho, let's get on to the next part of the story. All right, so we get back in town. They know, but they all getting ready to go to their family reunion in California. He invites me and my family to the family reunion. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea, considering what's going on. And I'm not really one of those type of people that really want to tag along to a whole bunch of stuff. But everybody knows that I don't have a big family. And I do like family events. So he knew I liked family events and, admired that his family got together a lot. So he was just trying to include me. And he was dead serious. Like, no, I'm about to book the tickets and y'all coming with me to California. So I was like, okay. Well, when he tells his family, his mother, I believe his words were, my mama said, over my dead body. His mother was not for it. She was furious. She was like, no, I don't like her. I don't know why, but she ain't for you. She's just not for you. She's not for you. She's not for you. She's not for you. So now I had got cool with the 2 young ladies, the nieces. We were fine at that point, but this starts all over now because now you done made my grandma mad. I've made their grandmother mad. So grandma pissed off. And now he's like, well, I don't know why my mama's so mad. Why my mama's so mad. So I get to find out why the mama's so mad. It's because he has a brother who's deceased and the brother got killed fooling around with some lady. And I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I understand. Nonetheless, I understand. And so he was like, my mama said, if you get on that airplane, she gonna get off the airplane. So, y'all don't have to go. I said, well, I wouldn't. I probably
probably wasn't going no way, because I had told my mom, and she was like, girl, you're not going all the way to California with people who do not like you. Absolutely not. And I didn't want to go, because when he asked me at first, I told him no, because I did not think it was a good idea. My spirit and my shundo was saying, baby, you don't go, don't do that. So they go to California, they have a good time, or so I think they're having a good time. He calls me from California, heated, hurt. You can hear it in his voice. And I'm like, what is going on? He was like, they in there dogging you out. I'm like, who is they? And what are they saying? He was like, I'm just so hurt. I'm hurt. My family don't want me happy. I'm hurt. So I'm just in shock. Like, what could they possibly say? So what they were telling him was this: before he and I met, his other cousin, who goes to the church, was being friendly toward me. Now, I didn't want to date nobody in no church. I wasn't even looking at this man like that. He was real nice to me, because for the few years that we were at the church, he saw me go through some stuff with my ex-husband, who eventually left me because I was in the church and he wanted to be in the street. So I'm at this point, I'm left to be a single mother, and I'm struggling. It ain't terrible, but it ain't like I'm just happy to be lugging these babies and car seats around, right? So he had started to be just nice, like being encouraging. He was encouraging us, and he was like trying to, be nice to the kids. And so maybe a year before I met the cousin, the one who was in the church, I have a habit of, like, for Father's Day, I always buy a lot of shirts. And like when I go around my uncles or cousins, I just give them a gift bag. Here go a t-shirt, here go a shirt. I had a habit of buying shirts for Father's Day and just handing them out to whoever I ran into. And I had given this man a bag of shirts one year. So they were telling him that I was buying his cousin Father's Day gifts. And I'm like, are you serious? It was some cheap shirts. It was not a big deal. It was a gesture. But they were telling him all of that. Now, mind you, the dude who I gave the shirts to at this point is married. And I went to the wedding because I'm like, I don't want the man. I'm happy for the people. Like, they got married. It was beautiful. And I was happy for them. Thought the lady was cool. I thought the wife of the guy who got the shirts was cool. Turned out she wasn't cool. So after they get back from California, he's like not talking to none of them because he's pissed. Like, why are y'all doing this? Well, when they couldn't get in touch with him no more, they started calling my phone. And that's where it went completely left. So right before they started calling my phone, he and I were going to get something to eat. And they were blowing him up. So I said, answer the phone, put it on speakerphone. I just want to hear what is it that they're trying to tell you about me. So, because I don't even know what they're saying at this point. So this is the cousin who introduced me to him and another cousin on the phone, some females. And they were really like, that's when they were telling him, like, she was trying to date your other cousin, giving him Father's Day gifts and trying to ruin their marriage. And she don't want you for real. She don't love you for real. I mean, it was just heartbreaking. Like, I was hurt. So they hurt my feelings, and I just started crying. I was like, are y'all serious? At that point, I'm speaking out, like, are y'all for real? Like, why would y'all do that? And again, this is the cousin who introduced me to him. So I'm hurt. My feelings hurt. Hang up the phone. Well, his sisters then called me, and they're like, we ain't got nothing to do with that, because it's the cousins who are the female cousins who are keeping this going. They were like, we have nothing to do with that. And I was like, okay, I appreciate y'all calling me, but I mean, I said, why are they so upset when they introduced me to him? And the sisters had no idea that that cousin had introduced me to that man. They said, what? So they were like, who introduced you to him? Because they had been wondering how he and I even cross paths. I said, y'all cousin introduced me to this man. I got the text messages to prove it, where she sent me his picture, where she told me how great of a guy he was. She introduced me, but she didn't want her family to know that, because when they found out, they wasn't with it. And I guess she didn't want them to be mad at her for introducing us. I said, no. I have receipts. Here are your receipts. She is the reason why I even know this man exists. So now they all back on her neck, okay? So they get it back with her, and then she started blowing me up. Well, I eventually answered the phone, and she's like, we just don't feel like y'all a good match. And to answer y'all question about the age difference, it was like a 10-year age difference. And I mean, that wasn't a big deal. I'm fully grown. But anyway, that's what she was saying. But before she could get through talking, the wife of the guy who got the shirts just started going off. And they on three-way. I didn't know they was on three-way. They got me on a three-way. So she started saying, that's why you ain't never gonna have no husband. I said, I'm thinking to myself, baby, I just had a husband. It's not a big thing to have a husband. Girl, a husband, be for real. I ain't never gonna have a husband. Huh. That's interesting, because the husband you got, you constantly complaining about. Because again, he's my friend. I give him shirts. He tells me things at that time, because I ain't never spoke to him again after that either. But anyway, I ain't gotta throw that back up in sister girl face, because it ain't even that deep. I'm just listening. She like, if you ever get a husband, you'll understand, because she going off, I got a husband. I'm like, girl, but you on my phone. Why are you on my phone? So that's where we are at this point. They blowing my phone up, and while they on the phone, my dude's knocking on my door, and I'm like, what is he, where he done popped up from? So he coming to warn me that the other female cousins, the girl who introduced us, she getting all the other cousins riled up. She getting everybody riled up to come against me. But come back for the next part so I can tell you. I know it's long, y'all, but it's so good. The last part, I'm gonna end on how I ended up having to call the police. All right, so this is the comment I've been waiting on. I've been busy, so sorry, y'all. But did he defend me? So once he bust up in my house trying to warn me that his whole family is gonna come from my neck, he's like, I don't know what to do. I said, I know what to do. Either you gonna defend me to your family and your mama, or you got to go. As cool as we are, as happy as I am, you're gonna have to either defend me or go. Now, what was sad about the situation was his kids was low-key kind of like, he didn't defend their mama, and their mama went through the same thing. And I was like, oh, well, that'll do it, you know. And so he leaves with this ultimatum of either you gonna defend me or you got to go, because this is a lot. So before a couple of days go by, y'all, the pastor then called me on the phone talking about we need a conference. Now, I ain't said nothing to nobody at the church, and I don't need these folks in my business. I'm grown. But his mama then went to the pastor talking about I'm using her son and her son, and she you know, she asking God to forgive her because she can't stand me, and she older and she don't want to go to hell because she can't stand me. So I'm like, what y'all want me to say? Why y'all calling me in there? So I go, and they like, why you didn't tell us? I'm like, why would I tell y'all? Why would I be coming here stressing out the church? I mean, children in Africa are starving. We're praying for the kids in Africa. Like, you ain't got to be worried about this little drama, this family drama in my little dating life. And then he was like, why you ain't ask me about him? Because I would have told you what was going to happen. I'm like, I didn't know I had to ask y'all to go to the movies, you know. But anywho, I talked to the pastor. They cool. I know y'all don't like when I say they cool, but I mean, I leave, I'm cool. And I'm shocked that the mama didn't went to the pastor. So I am telling this man, hey bro, we done. I can't do this. Now, again, I told you it was around Labor Day. I wanted nothing more than to buy a house and be in my house, be in a new house by my birthday. So I had been working for 3 years on moving into this, buying a house. And I finally got approved for the house, and I think I moved in the house at like September 29th or something like that. But I was getting ready to post on my birthday, like, God gave me this house I've been praying for my birthday. That was my whole dream. Well, like September 29th, I signed the papers, and it's raining. So bruh and his folks, they moved me in. Him and his homeboys moved me in, my dad and my brothers or whatever. But again, it's raining. So while they moving me in, they done busted up some of my stuff. So I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, hey, some of my stuff busted up. I need you to come over here and do what you do, you know, handyman, repairman, whatever. So my cousin and his homeboys come over there. And mind you, we've been moving. And when I tell y'all, my back locked up and I like couldn't move. And my family like, you good? I'm like, give me some muscle relaxers, take my kids, and y'all go ahead. Because this ain't never happened before. My back has locked up I can't move. So I take the medicine and I lay down, and we was moving stuff, and I had bought some furniture. My cousin had went and picked up some furniture in the U-Haul. So he left his truck in my driveway. I can't move. I'm in the bed. I can't move. The truck in my driveway. Well, by 2 o'clock in the morning, all I hear is this man on my porch going off. Whose truck is this? Who car in your driveway? What man you got up in there? Oh yeah, it's like that. Oh yeah. My mom was right. My family. This man going ham, I am, green eggs, Spam, all that. And I can't move. I can't get up. I can't go to the door. I can't say nothing. So I'm calling my mama, and my mother like, call the police. Call the police. Call the police right now. Call the police. Call the police. So I end up calling the police. By the time the police get there, he's gone. I got the dag near crawl to the door to tell the police what happened. I got to describe this man's vehicle. Like, I don't know if he's still right. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm armed. And by the grace of God, I could not move. Because I'm like, bruh, I am armed. Don't do that. Don't come over here like that. My kids were gone because I was sick. So I get the police report made. And I remember that the cousin that introduced us worked at the police station. So I left her a little message like, hey, y'all think I'm playing? You might want to run your boy's name. It's a whole police report. And if I hear from any of y'all, I'm pressing charges. And I ain't never hear nothing else from everybody. We good.